In November 1975, Robby Valentine was still 6 years old when he was struck by lightning, Bohemian Rhapsody on the TV. Earlier that year he had started taking piano lessons, but it was only until he saw Freddie Mercury that he knew exactly what he wanted to be. For his birthday that December, his grandmother bought him a copy of A Night at the Opera by Queen. He practiced the songs on piano, became a member of the fan club, collected anything he could get his hands on from his heroes, and went to their shows when they played in the Netherlands. As a kid, he said to himself, Freddie Mercury's voice and the music of Queen are the most beautiful things that will ever be heard on this planet, and he still feels the same way today. Covering Queen songs is like blasphemy. For years he could resist the temptation, afraid to ruin the magic for himself, afraid for the amount of work, afraid for the answer to the question, why? Nobody on earth could do them better than Queen. What kind of idiot tries to copy the Mona Lisa? In 2011, Robby felt he was idiot enough. That resulted in a tribute to Queen, followed by a tribute to Queen 2 in 2012. Those two albums together, plus 5 new songs and 2 re-recordings, make this an almost 80-minute tribute to Queen. Apart from Under Pressure, all of the songs were from the 70s, his favourite Queen era. He tried to stay as close to the originals as possible, but at the same time give them a personal feel. The meticulous figuring out of all the arrangements, recording the instruments, singing all the vocals, gave him a lot of headaches and frustration, but most of all satisfaction and pleasure. It brought him new magical Queen moments which he had never discovered as a normal listener. His admiration and adoration for Queen only grew more, and the magic for him is still stronger than ever. When people hear Robby Valentine play Queen, they make assumptions that he's just stolen the music off YouTube or something, but this couldn't be further from the case. As a multi-instrumentalist of his caliber, Robby meticulously records all of the parts to the songs himself. So if you're listening to one of Robby's Queen tribute albums or attending one of the shows and hear something on the backing tapes, you can be sure that that's Robby playing. As you can see, being a one-man band in the studio is a lot of hard work, especially when covering Queen, but thankfully Robby's got all bases covered. But rather than just be a greatest hit set, Robby also delves into deep cuts from the albums and fan favourites like Lily of the Valley or The Millionaire Waltz. Performing any of the parts to a Queen song requires a high level of musicianship, and thankfully Robby has the virtuosity to cover this. And he has to put in many hours' work, making sure that he does every aspect justice, befitting of the Queen. With the public's enduring love for the music of Queen as highly visible at the moment with the release of the motion picture Bohemian Rhapsody, everyone loves a bit of Freddie these days. One obvious exception to Robby's one-man band setup is the live stage, and he is always accompanied by the Valentine Group, who are regularly touring in Europe and have just returned from a successful trip to Japan as well.
Find me somebody to
Robby's choice to perform covers doesn't come at the expense of original material, as proven by the recent critically acclaimed releases Bizarro World and The Alliance.